Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my studio. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you are all here, and I really don't have a whole lot to talk about this evening. I think what is pertinent to share is what I've been learning. And what I've been learning this week is lighting matters. What you actually have to say, so your content does matter. And although this is, going to be unscripted, perhaps one take, maybe I'll stitch a few takes together. What you have to say is important. And I've been spending some time making some shorts on this platform to generate views to hopefully drive people to my account, which I haven't done. There's very few people that have come to my account. But I'm going to keep talking. And the reason why I'm making this channel is I want to talk about gear. I want to talk about camera gear. I want to talk about headphones. I want to talk about microphones. I want to talk about blowers. I want to talk about my setup. This is my first time building a studio. This is my first time owning an Apple MacBook. I bought a MacBook a few weeks ago because I started taking pictures a couple years ago, and I've been doing all my editing on an iPad Pro, and it was time to take it to the next level. So I have a pretty nice setup in here. I'm learning, and I'm sure I'll look back on this in a few years and say, oh my God, it was hideous. And I'm sure that, in fact, I know because I had a guy watch a little bit of my video the other day and sent me a message, and I wasn't offended at all. I'm learning to color grade. I have no idea what color grading is, man. That is just beyond me, but I'm learning how to do it. And I'm learning that what people want to see, and what people want to see specifically because I've talked about it, is they want to see gear reviews. And they want to see other people talk about things. And, something that's been really frustrating to me is I'm looking for a new travel tripod. Well, Ulanzi has done an awesome job of getting their travel tripod the last 12 to 18 to 24 months in the hands of every YouTuber across the entire YouTube nation. Most of them were sent those tripods for free, and they have affiliate links. That's frustrating because I want honest reviews, and there's very few honest reviews out there right now. Another one, I'm very interested in Neewer's LT32 tripod. It looks virtually the same as the Ulanzi. It's got a quick release system, but supposedly their quick release plates do work inside of Peak Design clips as well as PGY Tech. It didn't say PGY Tech, but I'm guessing their clip appears to be universal. Well, now Ulanzi's Tree Root tripod that has come out, that's now $400. We're above the Peak Design price, which was why it was exciting to begin with. Now their Tree Root has a catch-all quick release. So it's fitting all the plates, which is good. That's exciting. That's heading in the right direction. Ulanzi's going to do it before anybody else does it, and I think that's awesome. But I would love to see more non-paid affiliate reviews on YouTube. There needs to be more of that. There's so many YouTubers who are paid, who have affiliate links, who this is their job, this is their life. This is not my job, this is not my life. I am a hobbyist photographer who is now getting into producing videos, who, absolutely loves taking pictures. And when I research a project, I research it for weeks and for months, but it's really hard to find unadulterated or, uninfluenced opinions on gear these days because everybody's got an affiliate link. Now, there are a few, and don't get me wrong, there are some good YouTubers out there who will tell you what they don't like about a product. And there are some that are also paid affiliates that will tell you the bad, and hopefully the manufacturers use that to, change the product in the next iteration. But it's just really frustrating, specifically the Neewer one, because I like Neewer. I think Neewer is a good company. I've got a couple Neewer lights, and it's less expensive. But for entry-level stuff, I really do, think it's a good company. But there's just not enough reviews on this tripod, and it looks like it actually competes with Ulanzi, and you could piece together a quick release and not be stuck in the F38 with the first version of the F38 quick release. So anyways, that's my dilemma. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about this week. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, what's going on with Canon rumors. Canon rumors is ridiculous. It always has been. Rumors are rumors. A month ago, several YouTubers were like, the R6, we hear that the R6 is all but ready to go. We're ready to go into production. There's going to be we expect an announcement sometime this fall. So there were people saying that there, was perhaps going to be an R6 announcement. It could be as early as September, but likely an announcement in November, and then immediate sales and, hitting the shelves before Christmas. That does not look to be the case anymore. There's trouble at Canon, and there has been trouble at Canon for a little while. And so, Canon was set to release a certain number of cameras this year. They've only released, I think, 3. They still have the R1 to get out. They've got some logistic problems, some upper level management problems, I would say too. They don't have nearly the amount of problems logistically as Fuji does, although I think Fuji's a lot of it is manufactured to drive demand. The demand for Fuji is there. If they'd sell more Fuji cameras and get more on the shelves, then they would sell more. Although that would be more people that would know that Fuji's autofocus is absolutely terrible. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Fuji cameras, but their autofocus is horrendous comparatively. Autofocus is great if it was 2005. It's not, and they're not keeping up with Sony and Canon and Nikon. But here we are. Nonetheless, back to Canon. I really think the next on deck for Canon should be the APS-C line. The R7 line, the R10 line. I really think that with them opening up third-party lenses to Sigma and Tamron, I do believe that we're going to see the next iteration of the R7. Perhaps that comes before the R6 Mark III. I'm not sure. It really, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of room for growth in that. I think that there's a place for that in the market. Obviously, people love Fuji. The other thing that I've heard and I've read and I've seen YouTubers talk about, and I would love to see Canon do it, is a refresh of the, kind of a retro throwback, maybe the program AE1 and the retro looking camera. That could put them competing, with Nikon and Fuji in that space. The retro is in. People love it. Aside from that, I don't really have anything else to talk about other than I've been enjoying my YouTube journey thus far. I've been enjoying making shorts. Shorts get a lot more views, but I do prefer long content. And so, as promised a few days ago in a short, I will be making a detailed product review, which will be my first detailed product review of a bag from a company called Wootencraft out of Taiwan, which I think is just an incredible company, a stellar company. Here's the thing about those bags. Excuse me, I hit the microphone. Those bags, as well as a bag like Clever Supply, they're marketed to more of your boutique photographer, your Fuji shooters, your Leica shooters, your Hasselblad shooters. I have a Nikon film camera. I have a couple old Canon film cameras. I love film. I want to shoot more film. I've considered getting into medium format. Not because I want to make TikToks and I want to be hip, but because I like the process. My dad used to develop film in the 70s and 80s when I was really young, and I would love to learn how to do that. But about those bags is the way they're marketed to that niche of photographer, and the the small photographer with the expensive cameras, the super artsy creative photographer, the Fuji photographer who's really just putting Instagram filters in camera and then uploading it. You hear my dog in the background. He agrees with me. My point is that I kind of thought these bags that are super nice, that are marketed towards that kind of photographer, were really for those photographers. Well, they're not. They're for anybody, and anybody can have access to the bags. And Wooten Craft makes some awesome bags. And as a Canon shooter, I feel proud to put a Wooten Craft bag on my shoulder. It is not even the camera bag that Wooten Craft makes. And I apologize, Wooten Craft, if I'm saying that wrong, but it's the 3.5 liter upgraded sling, which it's definitely more than 3.5 liters. It is an awesome bag. I don't have it in here right now, otherwise I would show it, but I'm really excited about doing a product review about this bag because it's just a really neat sling bag, and I can fit my Nikon camera in there as well as my 11-inch iPad Pro with a case and the Apple Pencil, and then a couple rolls of film. Or I can fit my Canon with my Canon R6 Mark II with the 28 pancake lens on it, and I have crammed in my Nikon FM2 film camera in there before. It's not super comfortable, but it's not a camera bag. And so that's what I like about it. It's a sling, and it's a very comfortable sling, but it's small, but it's big. It packs a big punch. So I'm excited to travel with that. Whether or not I carry it as a camera bag or just a travel bag, I'm really excited to travel with it. And then the other bag that I do want to talk about and do a review on in the next week or two is the Clever Supply 6 liter sling bag. Again, a bag that's marketed to potentially, richer photographers. I'll just be honest, if you look at their commercials and you look at the people that promoted it when it was launched, or high level, are very successful YouTubers, people that I would consider have a lot more money and success than myself. Those bags and the cost of it, the entry cost of some of these bags, Wooten Craft is much more affordable. Clever Supply is expensive, but it is a nice bag. Very, very nice bag. Leather details. I have that bag in here, but I'm not going to grab it right now. But leather bottom, leather details, little fox on it, super comfortable. I can cram my R6 Mark II with the RF 70 to 200. I can cram my blower in the side, several batteries, and then even get my iPad in there also. So I take a lot of pictures of volleyball of my daughter, and then my youngest daughter's about to start dance, and so I'm going to be taking lots of pictures of her. I'm now a volleyball and a dance dad. And it's the perfect bag to take one big lens and just go. And it's super comfortable. It fits close to the body. Excited about reviewing that. I picked it up secondhand. Sorry, Clever Supply. I didn't buy it from your website directly, but I would absolutely recommend that anybody do, because it is an awesome bag. The entry price point's a little high. I think it's probably worth it. I got a good deal on a secondhand bag, which is why I bought it. Last thing I want to mention, and if you stuck with me to this point and to the end, I greatly appreciate it. As you have noticed, I have a lazy eye, and it's one of the things that makes trying to create content difficult for me. So a little vulnerability here. You're self-conscious because you watch your video back and you're like, you're not even staring in the camera. Well, I am with this eye. This eye just can't help it. So I can see what's going on offset. My other camera guy back there, and I'm just kidding. It's just me, not even the dog's in here. It allows me to, my peripheral is quite wide. But it was funny because I don't even think about it a lot of the time, but I heard on a Facebook group today, somebody mentioned that they shoot left-eyed, and that one of their friends said, well, that's weird. And I said, I got into a conversation with this guy, and I said, It's not weird. It may be uncommon. And then I did a little research, and about 30% of the population is left eye dominant. And, 10% of the population is left-handed. And then only, 2 to 4% of people are at risk of developing lazy eyes. But of that 2 to 4%, the percentage is very small. So I'm in a very unique category. And I used to suffer from terminal uniqueness when I was younger. I'm not saying that. There's nothing special about me, but I'm left-handed, left eye dominant, not by choice, and I have a lazy eye. So that's what you're getting into when you watch my videos. And so I'm excited. If you did stay to the end, I appreciate it. Please subscribe, please like, please share. It helps. I'd like to grow this channel. I don't care if I ever get monetized. It's just to prove to myself that I can do it, and that the content that I am going to produce is of value to somebody. I'm going to try to do a lot of stuff in one take, and so I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, but don't we all? I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.